tycoon games, I'm down for some tycoon games. Depends on what it is, though. Like, I've played... Gosh, I've probably played just about every daggone sim game there was. I've played all the Sims. I've played... I tried to play Fortnite. I'm not a huge fan. I like the building aspect of the Lego part. Like, they have the Lego Fortnite. I would actually have to log out of this game in order to show you what I do. But I also play Diablo. Dude, I love Diablo. It's a crazy storyline, but I really like Diablo. And then I've played the older Skyrim games. I like the MMORPG styles. There's an old game that used to be was really, really popular back in, let's see, probably early 2000s, I would say. Yeah, they don't make too many of the multiplayer ones. They would make more multiplayer tycoon games. Me too. I couldn't get into Diablo. It's a taste. Believe me, I don't do like the challenges like my husband does, but Diablo is one of those that you either get it or you don't. Other ones, let's see, what was I gonna say? Oh, back in the early 2000s. So my son and I used to play this game called Nine Dragons, and it was an MMORPG, computer based, and it was like hugely popular for a really, really long time. I absolutely loved that game. And I don't play it anymore because it had been bought out by three different groups, and they ruined it. But it is one of those games where you can play all over the world, with all different kinds of players. And they had several different servers that you could play on any point. But it was really awesome. But Nine Dragons, if you don't know what that is, look it up, and it's a pretty cool game. If you like anime, it's definitely a game that you'd be interested in. There's only a few MMORPGs that I really played, yeah. One of the older games that I used to play was Age of Empires, and you could play with other people on there, I guess, but I like to play against the computer. And they have it for the Xbox now, but I don't like the gameplay that they have on there for it. Okay, there's that. Oh, I was going to do lights. Played a bit of Final. You know, I tried to get a Final Fantasy game, and I couldn't get into it. It was just one of those. I had a friend of mine when I was in high school. He talked about that game all the time. And I finally, after years of listening about it, I bought it and I played it. And it was one of the newer ones. It wasn't even the first one. And I could not get into it at all. The storyline for me was nil. I couldn't do it. So I had no other choice but to forego the Final Fantasy bit. But it would have been nice to be able to get into it because the graphics in those games are amazing. Oh, have you ever played Oppidum? Oppidum, I think. We've got that one. We've been playing that one a little bit. And then knockoff of Pokemon, which is, oh, what do they call it? I don't know if I'll be able to look at it from here. Nope. It won't let me look at it from here. So Opidum is pretty good. One person, it's kind of like Fortnite in a way where you can start your own little world on there, and you can play with other people across wherever, and they can log into your stuff if you invite them, and it's like a continuous world. You all can play on the same thing to advance into whatever you're trying to do with it. So it's a super neat little game. It's kind of like a resource game in a way. But yeah, that one's a super cute game too. Power World, yes. I have that one too. That's a pretty cute game. I'll have to admit, they did a really good job on that, even though it's kind of like a knockoff. But, they don't like hearing that. They did a really good job. I think they were being sued, though, so that's one of the reasons why I ain't been able to play lately. Not because they're being sued, but because I didn't want to get really into the game and then they destroy it, so... But yes, Power World is a really good game. And it's super easy too. They've been winning that lawsuit. That's good. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly like Pokemon. A lot of them do look like Pokemon, but that's not exactly like Pokemon. It was Nintendo being ridiculous about the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, I heard something about that. I don't read a whole lot about everything that I've heard because I'm super lazy in learning for myself. But I will not lie. I will admit the truth. I will admit defeat. That's just me though. I like to read. I'm just not very good at it. My comprehension level is horrible. I have to read it 500 times just to get it. They can't own the idea for Pokemon, especially because they weren't even the first to come up with the idea. No, they weren't the first to come up with the idea, but it's a different country, I think, that did. So it would really be for them to say yay or nay, I do believe. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me, as long as I can play a game that has an entertainment value that's going to keep my attention. And if it keeps my attention, I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't mind. I used the candles in the wrong way, so don't worry about all that. Probably should have changed the way the floor was, but that'll be okay. There we go. It's a cute little trick there. And they were trying to be very broad with their description so they could try to get away with another. Yeah. Well, anymore people want to sue and be sue happy for the slightest little thing. And I find it incredibly distasteful when they do that because it just makes it so much harder on everybody else. More than one person can have an idea. And if people keep trying to take those ideas and claim them for themselves, there's not going to be anything left for anybody else. And it's not fair. But I understand that if I came up with an idea and somebody else I felt was taking my idea and trying to destroy it or to rip me off, and I've already started to make money from it, then yeah, I might have an issue with that. But I mean, as long as they are showing proof that they are trying to change it for their way, for themselves, and make money off the new changes, I don't see anything wrong with having an adaptation of something that's already been created. I do get aggravated when they start making new movies. It so makes me mad. Judith Love. House. I can't spell this evening. Yeah, things could always be better. I believe. Alright, so, Judith, Love 13. How's the house now? With cute little doors. Alright, there's that one. And it gives me enough room to where I can make a pathway around this way. Because that's 25 flipping houses. Like, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 done out of 25. Stardew came to be because of the creators of The Love of Harvest Moon. Yes, I knew that. But they wanted more out of Harvest Moon, so they made Stardew. I think as long as you are trying to improve something, it should be fine. Yes, I agree with you. I don't think keeping the same idea would be a great idea. I think changing it up and starting something new or adding to something that's already been, I get it. I am 100% with that. It's like anime. I love anime. Anime is my favorite. I love Death Note.